When the temps are in the 70s and 80s in Southern California in February, the hologram groundhog shows up in a designer tank top and shorts, indicating 6 more weeks of award shows. But can anything top the Grammys? PETA was there, and so was its first activist bot, Hennifer Coolidge. That's next on the PETA podcast with Emil Guillermo. Welcome to the PETA podcast. I'm Emil Guillermo, your host for this inside look at animal rights, brought to you by PETA, the largest animal rights organization in the world. On this episode, PETA made a splash at the Grammys this year. Birds are supposed to sing and fly, but one was used in a gratuitous way when the singer Sabrina Carpenter used a live dove in her stage performance. PETA, of course, reacted. It was the only downbeat and an upbeat Grammys where PETA greeted celebrities at the swag room with real vegan chicken wings and a first. Its activist robot known as Hennifer Coolidge saying, "Don't eat my wings." PETA's Ashley Frohnert dishes about the Grammys, the Super Bowl, and maybe even the Oscars on the PETA podcast with Emil Guillermo.
It was quite long, but yeah, all of the performances were really lovely. It was exciting to see a lot of the people who came through to the booth, like Lauryn Hill, for instance, had that just beautiful, epic performance towards the end. And she came through and said she loved our vegan chicken. Was telling us about the restaurants that she goes to in New York and New Jersey that serve vegan options. So it was really exciting to see some of the people who we talked with. Somber also is another example of somebody who had a great performance.
Yeah, and so the show was great. You're live posting throughout, but you get to go before, and so that's when the stars came to the gift area where you get the swag, and PETA had the swag.
We did, yeah, and we have swag with a message. We were giving away shirts that said "Eat no chicken" and "Grilling without killing" on an apron, and then everybody also got to meet our new robot chicken, Hennifer Coolidge, named after Jennifer Coolidge, the vegan queen. And then also tried Just Meat chicken, which was absolutely delicious. I tried it myself. It's available at places like Walmart and Sprouts. It will soon be in Whole Foods as well. And everybody just really got to enjoy it all. And again, we're in the swag bag with a message.
All right, let's take this one at a time. First, Just Meat, right? The chicken.
Yes.
You were giving out wings, huh?
Yep. We had buffalo and barbecue prepared by Crossroads Kitchen here in LA on Melrose. And it was really hard for me to choose between the buffalo and barbecue. I couldn't choose a favorite. Not a lot of people could, honestly. They were both just really delicious. They were juicy. And they also had that char grill done by Crossroads. So overall, it was just like very tasty. And folks also got to go home with a month's worth of bags of the Just Chicken.
Yeah. Now, chicken is probably the easiest fake meat to replicate. But I've been to Crossroads, great place, and I can imagine how great it must have tasted. But it's a product and it's available in England, the Just Meat, and you can purchase it. And what did Tal over there at Crossroads? What did he do to these chicken nuggets, essentially, right?
Yeah, so they were actually on a skewer. So these ones aren't breaded. It's more of like just an unbreaded, more like chicken breast, quote unquote, vibe. And again, they were char grilled and they were put on a skewer. So folks got to just kind of grab it right off the skewer. It was super juicy and tasty. And then it just had that really nice sauce on top. And depending on if you got buffalo or barbecue, there was also blue cheese or ranch. And also those were vegan, of course. And they had like a really tasty, convincing blue cheese with just like how the blue cheese has like the little like nubs inside the sauce that was in there. And it was, again, really vegan and almond milk based. And it was really delicious.
And people were coming to your table at the swag station or the swag, I guess it was the boutique, the gift boutique. And it had, I would imagine it had to be the smash hit at the gift boutique because you got food. You got to eat.
Absolutely. No, everybody was really excited about our booth, honestly, because we had the food and the robot, which we'll get to later. But yeah, everybody was really excited, I think, to try it in front of us and tell us what the reaction was. Whitney Houston's sister-in-law was actually saying that her husband cured cancer by going vegan, and she was just so excited to try this vegan chicken and think about how she might be making recipes that she, knows from previous to being vegan that she used with birds. And she's going to be like trying them with this chicken. So it was really exciting to hear everybody's different reaction to it. And honestly, nobody had anything bad to say. Everybody was like, this is the best thing I've ever had. I'm so surprised it's vegan. Why haven't I tried this before?
Yeah, well, tell me about the Robo Chicken, because I don't think PETA had a Robo Chicken before.
No, she's new. This was her debut. And she was basically just talking to folks using AI on just what are chickens? Chicken wings are for flying, not frying. She was saying to folks, she was asking them to make kinder choices for chickens and her other friends who are killed for food. And she's also kind of dances, of course, with the Grammy audience. This is a lot of musicians, and there was music playing the whole time. So she was dancing and jumping around and sometimes following people and just talking to them and showing them her wing. So she was a great time at the party.
And this is an actual robot, right? It's an actual robot, and it's named for Hennifer Coolidge, who is, I guess, she's a big PETA person.
She is. She's our vegan queen. We named her vegan queen a few years ago. She's absolutely wonderful. And the voice of Hennifer is made to sound like her as well, because, she has that really distinct and fun voice.
Oh, but this is AI, right?
Yeah, it's using a voice actor as well as AI. So whenever somebody asks them a question, Hennifer will respond using AI.
So this is an example of AI taking a human job, right?
Or maybe a chicken's job.
Well, replacing the chicken. You don't have to eat the chicken.
Exactly.
There's an AI chicken trying to talk you out of eating it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And people had a great time. And it's a fun way to just put a personality to a chicken. I was actually talking as well to somebody from the Urban Decay booth next door to our booth. And she was in tears over just seeing the personality and individualism put to an animal. Of course, she had met a cow in her past life. She said she didn't really know any chickens personally, but she was just really moved by hearing them kind of, speak for themselves and have a conversation with her. Of course, animals have voices, but they might not be speaking English or speaking the language of the speaker. So it was just really nice to help communicate with them and just kind of have more of a conversation to get to know them as individuals.
Yeah, I guess if your only experience with chickens is to see them on a plate or to see them maybe in a book, a picture, here you have, Foghorn Leghorn is a cartoon character. This is sort of a character in robot form, but it has a real personality, an AI Hennifer Coolidge personality. I don't see how anyone would want to eat a chicken after
Absolutely.
meeting Hennifer Coolidge.
Absolutely. No, I think a lot of us grew up with Disney movies in the same way. We're getting to know these animals on a personal level. And that does really have an impact. So seeing a chicken robot in person definitely, I think, has the same as well and is very memorable.
And Hennifer's probably going to go on tour, right? I mean, she's not going to stick around in LA forever. She's going to get out there into the hinterlands.
Absolutely. She's going to be at the Super Bowl. And then she'll be just out with the public. So, keep an eye out in your city for Hennifer. We also have Charlie XC Cow, who's out here as a cow. We have Travis.
Well, wait a minute. Charlie XD Cow?
Yes, kind of named after Charlie XCX. She did have a brat summer last summer, and now she's out just asking people, "Are you wearing my mom?" And just asking folks to consider how they engage with cows on a daily basis, which is sometimes through, to your point, on their plate or potentially on their jacket.
Boy, this is a real modern advance, because in the old days, we would have someone in an Uncle Sam outfit or someone in a costume.
Yeah.
But this is a robot cow to match the robot chicken. And they have real personalities. Charlie XG, and then Hennifer Coolidge.
Yeah.
And I imagine they have to have an impact on people when they see them. You don't try to shy away from, you engage, right?
Absolutely. No, everybody is really wowed. It's fun to be on the social team and get the videos of the reactions from the public whenever we do take them on tour. We're putting that together for our social accounts. So anybody listening can go take a look because everybody is so excited. You know, you might be excited by seeing something like a Waymo or the food delivery robots, but this is even more exciting. And it's just so wonderful that we're able to kind of continue to innovate as the world innovates. You know, AI is the future, maybe taking some jobs to your point earlier. But it's really exciting to get to use it to help animals.
I don't know. In San Francisco, there's too many Waymos for my taste.
There's a lot here as well.
I'd much rather see more Hennifer Coolidges out there. Yeah, I'd much rather see Hennifer than a Waymo. And you're going to be up here in San Francisco, huh? At the Super Bowl.
Yeah, she's going to be at the Super Bowl opening party, which is, coming right along. And then she'll be out in the public area, just kind of around the Bay Area on Saturday and Sunday.
She'll be at the game too, huh?
Yeah. She'll be outside.
And just encouraging people not to eat the expensive food at the Super Bowl.
I know. I mean, unfortunately, football season is definitely a big time for chicken wings. So it's great that she can go out there and ask people to not eat her wings and to try vegan cauliflower wings or to eat just chicken wings instead. So yeah, hopefully she can make an impact.
Now, I know you've been vegan a while, and these just chicken wings, we know there are other products out there. Is there something different about these just chicken wings that make them maybe better than the others?
You know, it's a constant innovation, similar to what we're talking about with the robots. So I think people are just continuing to try new things. These ones I felt were really they really nailed great texture. They were super juicy and charred at the same time. And they also are really packed with protein. One of the bags has 18 grams of protein, which is wonderful for anybody trying to increase a protein intake. I have other vegan chickens that I like as well. I do have some favorites and some I don't like so much, but I really enjoyed the Eat Just.
Yeah, the other thing besides being packed with protein, you want one that doesn't have as much fat because a lot of the fake meats have a lot of fat. Is this good fat? Is this, more, packs that protein? Yeah, but how's it on the fat side?
Yeah, it has just very simple, limited ingredients. So I would imagine that the fat isn't over the top. I know it's made with soy and wheat, so it's pretty minimal. But yeah, it's just a really limited ingredient, really tasty product, and it's very affordable as well.
So just meat. People should look for just meat.
Yeah.
And they don't have Hennifer chicken or Hennifer Coolidge on the cover, though.
Unfortunately not. It's just a photo of the delicious vegan meat being cooked. And also Just Egg is also another product by them, and it's another tasty.
They make Just Egg? Oh,
yes.
I love Just Egg.
Yes, really tasty.
Just Egg is just no egg, really. That's why we love it. So,
exactly.
Yeah. And so there's Hennifer Coolidge laying just eggs, I guess. So
yes, that'd be delicious.
Yeah, that's what she does in her off time. All right, so here's the big thing is that was the day before. You're at home like all the other working stiffs watching on your big screen, small screen TV, and I have to admit I usually like to watch them, but they're never as interesting, but this time it was always interesting.
Yeah.
I thought. And Sabrina Carpenter comes out and interesting, but she had these funny tights that, that kind of reflected in the, like, why is she doing that? She's not bare-legged there. And then that's what, some people would notice off the bat because she's wearing those shorts. But then a magician comes out and there's this bird. It was a wide shot, but it was definitely a bird. I guess that caught your attention.
Absolutely. I mean, we're always looking for something going right or something going wrong. And unfortunately, in that case, that was something going wrong. We know Sabrina Carpenter to be somebody who does care about animals. She's held adoption events, and we're big fans of her. I personally love Man Child. I think it's a great song. So I was disappointed to see the end when we did see that dove. This is obviously a captive bird. If they were in nature, that bird would have a mate. But unfortunately, the Grammys, though you or I might want to go and be amongst all of the performances and the flashing lights and the ton of people, the bird, unfortunately, is terrified. That's not an ideal situation for them. So we quickly tweeted out asking, using some of the song lyrics from Man Child that went viral over the summer with TikTok and saying that it's slow, stupid, useless, and cruel. And the media did pick that up. So that was exciting to just kind of get everybody out there who's watching, letting them know that that was something that wasn't just a prop or an accessory to be used. That was a live animal who didn't deserve to be there.
And that tweet went viral. I mean, it's like one of the most viewed posts that PETA has in the last few weeks, right?
Yes, definitely. And it got a lot of media attention. It was really large on Instagram. And I think a lot of people are seeing the truth that at the end of the day, all birds should be flying free, not at a Grammys performance.
What was funny is that I saw that and it looked like a bungled thing with the magician because the bird got away. And then I thought, oh, well, it only was like a couple seconds. I mean, it should, I'm glad you pounced on it and tweeted out the reality of the situation for the bird. But what really got me was at the end, because at the end of the song, she's back on stage with holding a dove, and it looks like the dove wanted to fly. And was she holding it? What was the circumstances there? And why did they come back? Because that's what got me and made me say that's just totally gratuitous. You didn't need that at all.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, these birds, if you were walking down the street, I don't think this bird would come and land in your hand. So this is just not nature. So we can assume that they were trained in some sort of unnatural way, potentially withholding food or keeping them deprived of, a normal environment, keeping them in a cage, and just repeatedly forcing them to do a trick, a quote unquote trick, so that they can ultimately be used in this performance at the Grammys.
And so when you saw that, that must have, you were already posting about the first gaff with when the bird flies away. But when you saw that and you weren't expecting it, what did you do?
Yeah, I mean, we just really quickly, again, used the song lyrics and just tried to let people know that this is not something that's normal and that we should accept. And just try to educate the public and help them understand why this isn't a good thing for animals and why having an animal on stage is, again, a problem and not something that we should be excited about as the public. Just something that we should talk to artists about and help them understand that these animals are not willing participants in the performance. They're not a member of your band or your background dancer. They are forced to be there and they don't want to be.
You didn't really get to see anything backstage, like when Justin Bieber comes out in his boxer shorts, or you weren't privy to any of
No,
that.
not this time. Not this time.
And you didn't see when they were talking about all the dead people and because there were some great performances there.
There really were a
Yeah.
lot of wonderful performances. I mean, every other performance was animal free in terms of having a live animal. We did see Lady Gaga wearing feathers, but every other performance was animal free. So it's proof that you can have a great show without using an animal.
Well, talk about Gaga there because I did see the feathers and a lot of
Mhm.
people. I mean, in some previous shows and some other award shows, maybe the closer you are to New York, where it's cold, you'll see people wearing furs. Uh, how do you know if it's fur or fake or faux? And
Yeah.
on the spot, is there any way that you have to say, "Oh yeah, that's definitely faux" or "That's definitely real"?
Yeah, so what is really exciting to your point is that there is so much vegan fur, vegan feathers, and vegan leathers now that you can, if you want a certain look, you can do it without harming animals. Unfortunately, in Gaga's case, we were able to find that that was a vintage Alexander McQueen piece that was made of duck feathers. And so, this is a death sentence for ducks. We don't know if they were taken from a duck who had already been killed or if they were taken from a duck and plucked from their bodies while they were still alive. But what we do know is that this duck is now dead and they were killed and they suffered during the process. So anytime you see feathers, you know that the duck or other bird is long gone, and they're either dead or they already will be dead.
Did you get to reach out to Gaga?
Yes, we definitely always reach out to folks and let them know, hey, this is what you're showing and what happened to the animal who you're wearing. we always, hope that people make a right decision, whether they're younger or really much, much older, like, people who are 99, 100. There's still time to change. So we do hope that Lady Gaga does make a change. She's been seen wearing a meat dress. She wears leather. She wears feathers. She actually wore another look that we believe to be feathers that night as well on the red carpet. But to your point, we haven't been able to verify that one yet. And there are a lot of convincing vegan feathers. But she does have dogs who she loves. So we know that she has a heart for animals. Her makeup line is vegan. So hopefully she will change one day. And we're just going to keep letting her know that it's never too late to do the right thing. There's plenty of really cool, edgy outfits that she can still perform in and really send a message without hurting animals to do it.
Yeah, this Grammy show seemed to be more in tune with trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And whether it be animals or whether it be, the current political situation, there were some statements out there being made and some jokes made, and just like Bad Bunny was out there, and he's at the Super Bowl. Did he come get some vegan chicken wings at the giveaway table?
We did not see Bad Bunny, unfortunately, this time.
Yeah. Well, he won all the big award, the album of the
Yeah.
year, and I think he won a few fans. If people saw him, and he's going to do the Super Bowl halftime show, maybe Hennifer can go grab him there
I
at
would
the
love
halftime
that.
show.
Yes, we'll keep an eye out for him for sure.
Yeah, I mean, but it does seem like there are times when the Grammys want to go away from being socially conscious, and I mean about everything. Animals. In the case of fur, in case of animals in showbiz, and it seems that they were a little better overall, so that there were statements made. But it is surprising that Gaga wore her feathers and that the bird was used. Do you think that'll happen again?
We're hoping not. We hope that they both have kind of learned the lesson because a lot of their fans are agreeing that these are not the right choices to make. And folks really do listen to their fans. So as long as, if you are a Lady Gaga fan and you're a listener, if you're a Sabrina Carpenter fan and you're a listener, please, leave a comment on their socials asking them not to do it again. And the Grammys is a great institution. So we hope that, they'll continue to have us at the gift lounge and allow us to show all of these vegan friendly options with folks that they don't need to wear feathers in their performance. They can instead wear like a beautiful jacket that we give them that's vegan leather or vegan feathers.
Now, have you heard from people since the Grammys about, oh, we tried the Just Meat or thank you? Do they send thank you notes, or do they retweet something with your
Yes.
message?
Yes, we definitely follow up with everybody and thank them, so much for coming by and let them know it was so nice to meet them and remind them that they can go ahead and use the Eat Just chicken at home. And we do get some responses, and it's always just nice to keep the conversation going with people and helping them become more educated on animal rights issues and answering any questions they might have and just kind of building that relationship to help animals together.
Right. How about of the stars, the musicians, and all the celebrities that came through the gift boutique? Who was the most memorable? The most memorable.
So we had a lot of people who were super memorable. Reba McEntire had a great conversation with Hennifer Coolidge. Lauryn Hill really enjoyed the chicken, and she's just like an icon. So that was super exciting for all of us. I love Anthony Hamilton. He's one of my favorite singers, so it was really exciting to see him. And then also Somber, he's new on the scene. He was one of the best new artists of the year nominees. So it was really exciting to meet him. And he said that he had mad respect for what we do as an organization. So that was like so great to hear. I will say personally, like one of his songs was my most streamed on Spotify this past year. So that was exciting for me.
Oh, wait. Now, who's this again?
Somber.
Oh, Somber. Yeah,
Yeah.
Somber. He had a weird, not a weird, but
Like a suit.
a
Fun suit.
distinctive getup. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wasn't like, I like Cat's Eye. Does that say something
Yeah.
about me?
Yeah, they came through as well, and they were really, really fun and excited. We got to give them the shirts and everything, so they're lovely as well. I mean, everybody who came through. Olivia Dean is another person who is gaining a lot of prominence, and her songs are just so great. She's another top Spotify artist for me, and she really enjoyed, the outfits as well.
Yeah, and I noticed that, Olivia Dean, she looked like she could eat a little more. I mean, I'm not trying to shame her or anything, but, she looked, sometimes they say people in Hollywood just don't eat enough. They could eat a lot more. And if
Oh,
it's
we're
vegan, it's
happy.
better.
Yeah, exactly. We're happy to give out some more vegan chicken.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, the Oscars are coming up. I guess you're gonna be at the Oscars, huh?
I do believe so. I don't have the details yet. It's still a secret on what we're doing. But I do believe we'll be in the swag bag. Yeah.
Hennifer Coolidge again? Can you a repeat?
We'll see. We'll see.
Or maybe you can have, let's see, who's a good, uh, maybe bring back Babe the
Yeah,
pig,
that could
or
be interesting.
yeah.
Yes. Yes, that'd be fun.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
Ashley. I really thank you for sharing your thoughts and memories about the Grammys. I really thought it was maybe I kept wanting to go away from it, and I just kept coming back, right? And Bruno Mars start kicking it off,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know.
No, I couldn't agree more. I think it was a great show. And like I said, it was just so wonderful to see everybody who came through the booth out there doing their thing just so well. It was very inspiring. And like you said, everybody kind of had a message to share too. So it was a really great show, entertaining in many ways.
All right, Ashley. Thanks. Thanks for being part of the
Thank
PETA
you.
podcast. Ashley Frohnert, PETA's Senior Director of Social Media and Influencer Marketing, and one of the handholders of Hennifer Coolidge, the PETA activist bot. Don't eat her wings. They were at the Grammys, and they'll be at the Super Bowl, and maybe even the Oscars. We're not going to say everything now, but it's award season, and PETA will be there. Just making sure people remember PETA's motto: animals aren't ours to experiment on, eat, wear, use for entertainment, or abuse in any other way. For more, go to PETA.org. And that's our show for today. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to send a link of this show to your friends. Tell them you like the PETA podcast. You can contact us at PETA.org. Thank you for listening. Check out all our episodes on your favorite podcast app or on Apple Podcasts, where you can subscribe to as well as rate and review the show. It helps get the word out about the issues you care about. Our music is provided by Carbonworks. Check them out on YouTube. And join us again next time for more insight into animal rights and the fight for a cruelty-free world on the PETA Podcast. I'm Emil Guillermo.